If you like superhero movies, you are going to love this story because it's basically what it is, except it's real life. I'm talking high stakes, terrible odds, and more than anything, amazing teamwork that ends up saving thousands of lives. Personally, there's nothing that I like more than a team of incredible heroes who work together to save the day, which is why I am so thrilled to present this year's Safety, Security, and International Affairs Medal to a team of people who are all able to do just that. Hillary Ingraham, Holly Herrera, Kira Berdiner, and the Operation Allies Welcome Resettlement Team. When the Afghan government fell and the Taliban took over in the summer of 2021, there were tens of thousands of Afghan citizens who suddenly needed to be relocated very quickly, or else face prison or even death. Amazingly, in just 10 days, Hillary, Holly, Kira, and the Operation Allies Welcome Resettlement Team were able to create a program to get it done.
We all saw on TV what was happening in Kabul and the evacuations and the people trying frantically to get out of the country. We had to try and figure out how we could do something because my heart goes out to Afghans and refugees around the world.
All of a sudden, we had almost 70,000 Afghans who were in the United States, and we needed to work to try to help them get to where they ultimately wanted to go and communities that would be best placed to serve them.
We also knew from our experience resettling Afghans before Operation Allies Welcome that there are a handful of communities that are very popular. Places like Sacramento, places like Northern Virginia, several communities in Texas, and we couldn't send tens of thousands of people to 5 cities in 4.5 months. It took a lot of creativity in terms of thinking, all right, we have to do this differently. We have to pivot how we place people in a way that we are being responsive, not just to the capacity of the community, but also to the needs of these families.
When Taliban first took control over Afghanistan, I was a school student, and I loved going to school. I loved learning. I loved interacting with my classmates, as many teenagers do. And when Taliban took over Afghanistan, they closed girls' schools, and all my dreams shattered. And it wasn't safe for me to stay in Afghanistan anymore.
People had been thrust into a devastating and unimaginable situation, and our honorees knew that they couldn't let them down. They had to act fast. But in the years before the crisis, funding for resettling refugees had been significantly reduced, and about 1/3 of the country's resettlement offices had been closed. Basically, the old systems were not going to save the day, so a new team arose. See? I told you this is going to feel like a superhero movie.
There was no way we could have resettled over 72,000 people in fewer than 5 months with the existing infrastructure that we had. It just was not possible.
We knew we needed to resettle around 4,000 Afghans per week. That was the pace that we needed to get up to. We knew we had no way to do that, and if we just resettled 4,000 a week, based on whoever was most ready, we would start to inundate local communities.
I mean, sometimes people overuse the expression that you're building the plane while you fly it, but we said that all the time. But you can imagine when you have 70,000 Afghans going to communities across the country, you need to ensure that you have the right capacity in the community, that the schools are equipped to serve the children, that you have the necessary health department capacity. And housing was probably our #1 challenge. And so we were really trying to determine how we could develop the resources, the tools, the processes, the policies, the procedures, all at the same time, very quickly.
Hillary, Holly, Kira, and their team found unconventional solutions because they had to. The old solutions not only didn't work, they weren't even there anymore. But instead of taking no for an answer, they asked different questions.
Thanks to Hillary, Holly, Kira, and their team, more than 72,000 Afghans were resettled in communities across America in just 5 months. Look at what all their hard work has made possible. Right now, across the United States, Afghans are settling into new homes. Kids are getting ready to start school. Adults are beginning new jobs or restarting their careers. And we've heard many heartwarming stories of communities opening their arms to their new neighbors, showing them the best of American generosity and hospitality.
Within 6 months, the Operation Allies Welcome Resettlement Team succeeded in resettling 70,000 people, the largest resettlement in American history. They helped countless families start new lives and create a new generation of Americans who will make our communities and our country better. I am proud to live in a country with real-life superheroes like Hillary Ingraham, Holly Herrera, Kira Burdener, and the Operation Allies Welcome Resettlement team working for us. Congratulations and thank you for your work.
The bottom line for us is just that whether it's refugee resettlement, whether it's providing vaccines, whatever it may be, it is about that we are helping the citizens of the United States, whether they're new citizens or whether they were born and raised here.